beautiful stone. And I had a collector that offered me a crazy price for it. So I sold it. That would probably be the rarest that I ever owned. But some other very rare ones, pudratite, Yerameavite, which is found also in Mogok, but also in Namibia. Vereranite, which is a beautiful, I mean, it looks like a Padparacha sapphire. Also mostly from Pakistan. Let's see. I have right now a really, really beautiful purple tarfite, Taaffeite. That's an exceptionally rare gem. It's only 3 carats, but the color is exquisite and the clarity is excellent. Those would be the shining stars.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
And
Do you have any picture to show to us?
We're talking about gemstones that in the whole world, if you took all the clean faceted ones that exist in the whole world, you could put them easily in the palm of your hand. Very, very, very few.
Okay.
Good question.
Yes. So could you tell me about the most impressive experience you have had in this gemology world?
The most impressive what?
Experience.
Oh my gosh, most impressive experience. That's a really, really difficult one. You know, I have to say that it's the people that you encounter. And I can't say it's any one, but the people that I've met around the world in mines in Tanzania, Madagascar, in Burma, in Vietnam, in Australia. It's the people that make this trade as wonderful as it is. So I've met some really, really wonderful and incredible people. Probably on the negative side, one of the most shocking experiences I had when Ilakak in southern Madagascar, when the deposit was first found of all the beautiful pink sapphires there. I took a journalist there in, let's see, it would have been 1999. We were the first gemologist and journalists to arrive there. And it was very crude. There was no hotel to stay in. We stayed in a little shack that was, you would put your tools in, something like that, just sleeping on a wooden bench. It was really rough conditions. And you're talking about people that live in the bush that have never seen electronics before. So I had one of the early digital cameras, and I took a picture of this 2 young boys who were panning down by the river, and I showed it to them, and they were thrilled. They were so excited to see their picture. And then their mom was there. I took a picture of her and showed her, and she completely freaked out. She was horrified. She had this tradition that she thought I had stolen her spirit by taking this photo of her. She was completely horrified, and I felt so bad because I didn't want to scare her or anything like that. Her sons were so happy and excited to see their photo, but mom was horrified. So that's probably the most remarkable experience that I can remember. And, you know, I've been doing this for over 50 years. I've had some incredible experiences on the way. I'll send one picture that to me is my favorite part of gemology. And I think this will be a good one we can close with. Let me find it here. It'll take me a little while because I got so many photos on my phone. Bear with me a moment. So while I'm looking for this, why don't you tell me a little bit about what your intentions are for your career? Will you use it in a jewelry store? Will you become professional gemologists? What do you plan to do with your gemological educations? Somebody want to start sharing there? What are your plans after you graduate?
I want to start up my own business in jewelry, and I want to use gemstones in my jewelry as well.
Okay, great. Well, you know, one of the things about being in the gemstone business, if you start with a foundation in gemology, you'll make far less mistakes. I started off as a hobbyist. I didn't get my gemology training until far, far later, and I made so many mistakes. So you're starting with a very good foundation. Okay, can you?
I want to become an auctioneer.
Auctioneer?
Yes, sir. After I graduate.
Ah, that would be great fun. I was at the Christie's auction in Geneva last month. It's really, really exciting to be able to examine the magnificent gems and jewelry that are put up for auction. You should look up Helen Molesworth. Remember the name Helen Molesworth, Molesworth. She worked for Sotheby's and Christie's for 10 years. Okay, this is in northeastern Tanzania, up near Umba, where the sapphire mines are. The Asian gentleman there, his name is Ponpyo. He's Burmese, and he's a gemologist for the Gublin Lab, and he's working in Hong Kong. And he and I and Richard Hughes, the famous corundum gemologist, rubies and sapphires, we went on a tour of the mining areas in Tanzania. And we stopped in this one village, and he was taking photos of the children and showing to them. And you can see how just these children are enthralled. They're thrilled to see their photograph on the camera. So these are the moments to me that make being in the gem business really, really special. And I hope you agree with me. So there we go. That's a little taste of what I enjoy in the gem business. So any more questions? Feel free. I'm done work today. I'm at home relaxing. My wife had her dinner already, so don't be shy. Ask away.
Tell me something about auctions.
Auctions. Auctions are a peculiar selling environment because, you know, obviously pieces that have provenance, that have a history, owned by someone famous or something like that, often go for very, very high prices. And sometimes you'll have items that are very, very beautiful that fail to sell completely. And then maybe you have a piece that 2 or 3 people really want to own, and they get in a bidding war, and it winds up selling for 2, 3, 4, 5 times the estimate. So auctions are really, really unpredictable. They're a good opportunity for astute dealers who travel to the auctions and inspect things, and they pick out what they think are going to be bargains that they can buy. But there's always that chance that you go for something special, and then there's an end user who likes it, and let's say you're willing to spend 50,000 US on it, but the end user is willing to spend 100,000, so you lose it. Yeah. Auctions are a lot of fun, and there's so much work that goes into preparing a good auction.
Yes, Jeffrey, I was just students to ask more questions because your experience is really valued for the younger gemologists, in fact. Yeah.
Sure. One of the most important things with auctions is having really, really credible lab reports. So if you have like an important Kashmir sapphire, you're going to want a minimum of 2, preferably 3 lab reports. That would be SSEF, Gublin, GRS, GIA, Lotus Gemol. Your top labs, you need several reports from. Same with Burmese rubies, same with top Colombian emeralds. You're going to have multiple lab reports, and it must be from credible labs, because there's so many little tiny labs around the world that make mistakes, There's some labs that are made specifically to scam people. So having a really good quality lab report and multiple lab reports for expensive stones is very important for auctions.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Gentlemen,
Yes, sir.
I'll give a A+ to the young lady here and a C- to all you guys there as far as participation goes.
It is just that we don't have a base of this industry. I don't even have a base of this industry. I'm like completely from a different background. So I'm pursuing this. It's a new thing for me. So I don't have any questions in mind. I just want to know more and more by listening to you.
Well, welcome. You're in the best place you could possibly be to start in this industry. Like I said, you will avoid so many mistakes, you know.
Because even gemology, it's not easy for me to study. I'm finding it a bit difficult, but still I want to complete it.
If it was easy, you wouldn't be here, right?
Yeah.
But just imagine the new trader who, let's say he's from Sweden and he decides to go to Jaipur to buy gems, and he wants to buy some beautiful aquamarine, and they show him blue topaz, cheap. He buys a bunch of beautiful aquamarine. He thinks, you know, he gets back to his home country and he starts selling it. He finds out he got cheated. He didn't buy aquamarine. He bought very cheap blue topaz. So you're doing it the right way. You will avoid those kind of mistakes by having the knowledge before you start trading. So good decision. By the way, the easiest way, you can just in your hand, you can tell the specific gravity difference between aquamarine and topaz. Try it yourself. Take a 5-carat topaz and a 5-carat aqua and play with them like that. You'll see the topaz feels heavier in your hand.
I have already made a lot of losses because of these differences. By purchasing stones, I have already made a lot of losses. I bought a duplicate blue sapphire, paying around more than cost.
Yeah.
I have more than 3 stones of blue sapphire, which was of a higher cost. I paid high for that. When
Yes, I understand.
it came out as a duplicate stone. It came out as a synthetic stone.
Well, learning to separate the synthetics from the naturals that's the very beginning right there.
Yes, sir.
And also, you have one of the other things you have to be careful of is a lab report that the stone doesn't match with. Maybe it looks like it matches, but then when you do your dimensions and you check the weight, it's just a little bit off, and you realize it doesn't really match what the lab report says. But you'll learn all those the techniques how to make sure that the stone matches with the lab report you'll learn in your gemology class. But I have to say, my experience in the gem trade, more than 95% of the people that I encounter are honest. They're not trying to cheat people. They want to build long-term customer relationships. They want to give people a good value. It's just a small percent who are doing the cheating that make problems for the whole business.
Like I bought a whole lot of stones. Out of that lot, I found 3 stones as duplicate. Not all the stones, only 3 stones are duplicate out of the lot which I bought.
Well, if you're only 3 out of a big lot, that's actually not such a bad average. But if you're dealing with a really reliable supplier, that should not happen at all.
That was the first time that my dad went to purchase.
Yes.
From my dad.
Well, you're doing the right thing by learning to tell the synthetics from the naturals, so that hopefully you or your family will never make that mistake again.
Yes.
Well, you've been a great class. A few of you a little bit quiet, but that's okay. I hope you've all learned something of value today. And you can take my email address. Feel free to email me if you have any questions. I might not answer you quickly, but if you send me a question, I'll be happy to eventually. It might take me 4 or 5 days, but I will get back to you. So it's Jeffery, Jeffery at Primagem. And don't make the mistake. It's Jeffery at Primagem, PRIMAGEM.com.
Yes. Awesome.
Shall I say? Okay. Private investor. Guys, please ask. Please. Any more questions? Related to industry?
Well, I hope the next time we meet, it will be in person. I would really enjoy coming to visit your school, but we have to wait till this COVID situation calms down a little bit. I would go immediately, but the problem is coming back into Thailand. They stopped the overnight quarantine, and we're going back on 7 to 10 day quarantine. And I don't want to sit in a hotel room and look out the window and see my condo that I could be staying in a few kilometers away. So when the travel restrictions are back, I'm usually in Jaipur at least 2 or 3 times a year, and I've traveled all around India. So happy to come visit your school when travel is a little less problematic. So thank you for your attention today, and have a wonderful career in gemology, gems, jewelry, wherever it takes you. Namaste.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you, Mr. Jeffrey. Thank you so much.
My
Thank you,
pleasure.
Jeffrey.
See you in person.
It was a wonderful. Yeah. Please visit Bengaluru branch, even IIG as a whole.
Yes, yes,
we will be
yes.
happy welcoming you again into our institute. This was an
Hopefully
online
next year.
lecture, but definitely in physical meeting also, we would enjoy more of your lectures, more of your experience to our young gemologists.
Sure. It would be lots of fun for me. Much nicer in person. Okay. Thanks,
you.
gentlemen. Bye now.
Thank you, Jeffrey, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
You're welcome.